We're now going to be dependent on people from Europe who are looking at their big banks. It's not about Irish people. Who's going to look after us?
Our so-called Taoiseach and his supporters denying the truth.
There was dismay and anger at the news of Ireland's bailout. The next day, Brian Cowan was hit by another bombshell. John Gormley announced that the Green Party would leave government and force a general election early in the new year.
It was not something he wanted to hear because he knew, as I did, that this was bad news for both our parties.
It is time to fix a date for a general election in the second half of January 2011.
I thought their attitude was irresponsible. At the most difficult time financially in our history, and they were walking away from that.
This is now a full-blown political crisis. Brian Cowan meeting throughout the afternoon in government buildings with his Fianna Fáil colleagues.
There were certain cabinet members, certain members of Fianna Fáil who had taken a very dim view of this and in fact wanted to sack the Green Party ministers and go to the Áras immediately.
They had just become so flaky. You know, you were just waiting for the latest tweet to see how they were feeling. My preference that day was that we would have gone straight away.
When the Greens indicated that they were going to put out a government, you know, I sensed there was almost a collective sigh of relief among a lot of our colleagues being quite truthful. I felt that, you know, that government couldn't continue being quite truthful, in my view.
But Brian Cowan believed that before any election, it was the government's duty to pass the budget. For many in Fianna Fáil, this was political suicide.